it's been 7 years, okay, since the first man disappeared. Bear that in mind. And the residents, you know, in that area were just terrified that there was a serial killer on the loose. You know, as you understandably would be. But the police were just like, serial killer? So in the early summer of 2017, the detectives were searching Andrew Kinsman's apartment, and the name Bruce was written on his calendar. So obviously he was seeing Bruce at some point, and like on a Monday or whatever, he's just like, Bruce, 7 p.m. or something like that, you know? And then somehow that then led them to a vehicle that once belonged to Bruce. This just goes to show how long things take sometimes. So this was like early summer. They were searching Andrew's apartment, and it took until the 8th of November for, I don't know what you class as early summer. I don't know when summer starts, can't remember. Anyway, a forensic exam showed traces of Andrew's blood in the car. And Bruce was finally a suspect. He was indeed. So Bruce was put under surveillance. The police or detectives searched 2 of his hard drives. Yeah, they had photos of the missing men, and some were even taken when they were dead. So, surely there is no doubt now that Bruce is the killer. And don't worry, because there is no doubt. Thank Christ. Bruce was arrested in his apartment on the 18th of January 2018, and at the time of his arrest, he had a, quote, young man handcuffed to his bed. So that man was unlucky, but also the luckiest man alive. Because he had, I mean, what good timing for the police, because obviously he probably would have been next, let's be honest. Although he was under surveillance, so would that have been wise? I don't know. I'm actually missing a bit, which is a bit lame. But anyway. So, get back on track. Police searched 4 properties in Toronto and 1 in a town called Madoc. They were all linked to Bruce's landscaping business. Human remains were found in planters in a place called Leaside. All the remains were of the 5 men that have gone missing so far. However, they also found 3 more remains of other men. So you've got Sarush Mahmoudi, Dean Lishwick, who was homeless at the time, and Karushna Kumar Kanagaratnam, who actually was the only victim with no ties to the gay village, and he had a deportation order. So, didn't say anything about the first victim that I just said, but being homeless, having a deportation order, I mean, sadly, they're the kinds of people that go under the radar when they go missing. People either don't report them missing because they don't have anyone, or they got reported missing, and unfortunately, the police just do what they do best, which is not caring about people like that. So, yeah, great. Police found over 1,800 bits of evidence, including photographs, actually a notebook of Andrew's. Was it Andrew's? I can't remember. Anyway, one of the victims, bags of their hair found in a shed that he rented or had nearby. So this was actually the largest forensic search in Toronto police history. So it was pretty big, and a pretty big failure as well. So, bollocks. always put it in the wrong bits. Bruce pleaded guilty to 8 counts of murder, so there was no need for a trial, and he was given a life sentence with no possibility of parole for 25 years. Which, is that really a life sentence? Hopefully, but... So, after all of these terrible things that happened, the police department were rightly so accused of racism, homophobia, and prejudice against homeless people as well. Because it's just typical, you know, a lot of these people, well, all of these people, well, most of these people were gay, Asian, and one of them was homeless. So it's like, the only one you cared about was the guy that wasn't Asian. He was still gay, but he supposedly was white. I didn't actually look that up, but I'm assuming he was. So it's just disgusting, to be honest, but it also doesn't surprise me, unfortunately. So they launched an internal review, and they launched a new missing persons unit in July 2018. And they also had an external review by the Civilian Toronto Police Service Board. I don't know what that turned up, if you like, but it's good that they did have these investigations and they were found to obviously be rubbish, basically. So yes, that is the unfortunate story of the Killer Santa. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a lovely time. And on Christmas Day, forget about this story and just enjoy yourselves. Or happy holidays, I should say, because not everyone celebrates Christmas. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a wonderful time. And thank you so much for watching. And goodbye.